Welcome to the Copperfield Electric Podcast.
Hey there.
The electric vehicle revolution isn't just about what you drive anymore. It's really about how you power it.
Exactly.
As EVs are just becoming so mainstream, that simple act of charging is shifting. It's not about finding a public station anymore.
No, it's about bringing that infrastructure right into your own home.
Right. And we've been poring over the latest research, installer notes, all of it. We've been focusing on the absolute must-have features.
The essential checklist.
The essential checklist for setting up a truly great home charging station.
That's right, because the market is, it's flooded with all these confusing specs and, different quality levels.
Yeah.
It can be, frankly, paralyzing for a new EV owner.
Yeah, totally.
So our mission in this deep dive is to cut through all of that noise. We're going to give you that definitive checklist, the one that ensures your home setup gives you the best performance, cost efficiency, and most importantly, safety.
Okay, so we're going to tackle the core technical stuff first. We're talking speed and smarts, and then we'll connect that knowledge to the practical side of things, the installation.
The nitty-gritty.
Exactly, the complex electrical work that makes it all happen. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So when you first get a new EV, it usually comes with a basic charging cable. People call it level 1.
Right, the one you can plug into any regular wall outlet.
And that's fine for an emergency, I guess. But if you really want to get rid of that range anxiety and have real convenience, our research shows the single most critical feature you need is the jump to level 2.
The distinction is massive. It really comes down to power delivery. Level 1 is basically trickle charging.
Right.
It uses a standard 120-volt outlet. And, the sources we looked at say you're lucky to get maybe 3 to 5 miles of range back per hour.
Wow, just 3 to 5.
Yeah. So if your commute is, say, 40 or 50 miles a day, with level 1, you are constantly falling behind. Your car is pretty much never fully charged.
So level 1 is really just for, a top-up at the office parking lot or if your commute is incredibly short.
Exactly.
But for most drivers, you want that guaranteed full battery every single morning. And for that, you need the reliable power of level 2.
You do.
What kind of performance jump are we actually talking about here?
Well, we're jumping from 120 volts up to 240 volts. It's similar to what powers a big kitchen appliance, like an oven or a clothes dryer.
Okay, so a lot more power.
A lot more. But it's not just the voltage. The really critical factor is the amperage. A good home level 2 setup runs on a dedicated 40 amp or even 50 amp circuit.
And that power spike lets the charger deliver what in terms of range?
We're talking anywhere from 25 to 40 miles of range per hour.
That is an exponential change.
It is. It completely transforms the experience. Even a huge battery, like a 100 kilowatt hour one, can be fully replenished overnight, every single night.
So it turns the EV from a logistical challenge into just a convenience.
It's a seamless convenience, yeah. This ability to maximize your time, it's really the non-negotiable feature for anyone who's serious about owning an EV at home.
Okay, so speed is king. But beyond just raw speed, how can the charger optimize your daily routine and, maybe more importantly, save you some money?
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really interesting. We need some intelligence built into the system.
Speed is the hardware requirement.
Yeah.
Intelligence is the software optimization. And when we say smart charging, we mean features like remote monitoring, scheduling your charging sessions, and tracking your energy use.
So it's not just charging fast, it's charging efficiently.
That's the key. You're making sure your EV is charging as efficiently as possible.
And the biggest payoff for that intelligence has to be financial, right? I know utility rates can be all over the place, especially here in Southern California where peak times can get brutally expensive.
Oh, the savings are significant. If you live somewhere what they call time of use rates.
Where electricity costs more during the day.
Exactly, when everyone's using it. A smart charger is absolutely vital. Our analysis shows that by using smart scheduling, programming the charger to only run during off-peak hours.
Late at night, usually.
Usually late at night. You can save anywhere from 20 to 40% on your annual EV electricity costs.
20 to 40%. That's a staggering return on investment for just one feature.
It really is.
And the beauty of it is the control it gives you. I know some of our sources mention specific models, like the ChargePoint Home Flex, that lets you control everything from a smartphone app.
Precisely. You get remote monitoring. You can check in on the charge, even if you're out of town.
And what about that energy tracking feature?
That allows you to track your expenses very precisely. Maybe for tax purposes, if you use the car for work, or just to see the real economic benefit of owning the EV. The charger Basically manages all that complex budget analysis for you.
That brings us pretty neatly to the physical side of things, logistics and compatibility.
The practical realities.
Yeah, and this stuff might seem minor compared to speed or smarts, but I mean, dealing with a short or brittle cable every single day can really ruin the experience.
Absolutely. We're talking about the quality of life aspects here. I mean, think about your parking setup.
Right.
You might not park perfectly every time. Or the charging port in your car is on the opposite side from the station.
And you're out there in the dark, in the rain, wrestling a stiff, short cable.
It's a massive daily annoyance. So we have to stress how important it is to get a cable that's long enough, ideally something like 20 to 25 feet, to comfortably reach the port no matter what.
And it's not just length, right? The quality of the material has to be there. It needs to be durable, rated for the outdoors, and stay flexible.
Precisely. This is an investment you want to last a decade or more. You don't want the cable casing to start cracking after a couple of cold seasons. High-quality materials are essential.
And then there's the universal language of plugs. How do I know the charger I buy will actually connect to my car?
Compatibility is vital, and the good news is the industry has largely standardized.
Okay.
The standard plug for almost all electric vehicles in North America is the J1772 plug.
J1772.
Yep. So when you're selecting a home EV charger, you have to verify that the unit has that plug type.
But I know a lot of drivers have Teslas, and they famously use their own connector.
That's the key exception. If you own a Tesla, you'll likely need to use the adapter that came with your vehicle.
Okay, so there's a workaround.
A very simple one. And some chargers even offer a built-in Tesla connector now. But the main takeaway is this. If you buy a level 2 charger with that J1772 standard, you've covered most of the EVs on the road.
And the big exceptions, like Tesla, are easily handled.
Right, with the adapter they provide. You just always have to verify your specific model's requirements.
So let's do a quick check-in. Our must-have features so far are a charger that is fast level 2, 40 amp capable, smart so app controlled scheduling for savings,
Yep.
long and durable, and universally compatible, which means J1772.
That's a pretty comprehensive checklist for performance. And now we shift to the complexity that's underneath all of that.
Yes, that brings us to our final crucial consideration, the one that often catches new EV owners completely off guard, the installation reality.
And the cost that comes with it.
Exactly. This is where your home's existing electrical system steps into the spotlight, and it connects right back to that high amperage we talked about earlier.
This is often the most complex and essentially costly part of the whole process. Remember, a level 2 charger pulls a continuous, high current, often 40 amps or more, for hours at a time.
Right. It's not like a hairdryer that's on for 5 minutes.
Not at all. A hairdryer might pull 15 amps for a few minutes. Because of this huge sustained load, the charger absolutely must be on its own dedicated 240-volt circuit.
And the problem is a lot of homes, especially older ones, their main electrical panel just doesn't have the room or the capacity to add another massive circuit like that.
It's exactly right. You need a professional to assess your home's main panel capacity. And often, that assessment reveals that you need a full electrical panel upgrade or even a replacement just to handle the new load safely.
So you might have to go from, say, a 100 amp service panel up to a 200 amp panel.
You might, just to make sure that the charging station plus your air conditioning plus your oven can all run at the same time without tripping breakers.
Or, far worse, causing a fire hazard.
Right. And this is absolutely not a DIY project.
No way. The risk of fire or serious electrocution is just too high, and legally, you have to follow the local codes.
It cannot be overstated.
Mm-hmm.
You need a professional installation. You must hire a licensed, bonded, and insured electrician to do the work.
This is essential for safety and for it to be, as you said, up to code.
Up to code, yeah. And up to code means using the proper wire gauge, the correct breaker size, and filing all the necessary permits with the city or county.
And those permits ensure it gets inspected by a third party, which gives you that peace of mind.
You and your insurance provider, yes.
So the practical advice here is to budget for two different things: the charger itself and the potentially significant cost of the installation.
Especially if a panel upgrade is part of it. You have to get that installation quote up front. It's the difference between buying the car and building the infrastructure to support it. And that infrastructure has to be handled by professionals.
Speaking of licensed professionals who understand those panel upgrades and local regulations, let's bring this back to the service provider we introduced at the top of the deep dive, Copperfield Electric.
Right.
They specialize in solving these exact infrastructure challenges.
Yeah, Copperfield Electric is a family-owned business, and they're dedicated to providing, top-quality professional electrical services all throughout Southern California. Their whole focus really aligns with our safety, discussion reliability, and code adherence,
And their service list directly addresses the problems we just outlined. They offer specialized EV charger installation for both homes and businesses.
which means they handle everything: the permitting, the dedicated circuit, the wiring,
And critically, they also offer those crucial supporting services, like the electrical panel upgrades and replacements we just talked about.
which, as we said, are often mandatory. They also handle big projects like new construction and ADUs, which just shows they have a deep expertise in high-load residential wiring.
That commitment sounds really comprehensive, especially when trust is such a huge factor with electrical work.
It is. The sources we looked at emphasize that their electricians are fully licensed, bonded, insured, and background checked.
So you have that essential peace of mind.
Absolutely. There are local electricians serving Orange County, and that includes key areas like Irvine, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa,
Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Mission Viejo.
and all the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
And because electrical problems don't happen on a 9 to 5 schedule, they offer 247 emergency services.
And they stand behind their work with a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
They do.
That connection, that link between the technical need a safe, code-compliant 50-amp circuit and the professional solution, a licensed local electrician, that's really the most vital takeaway for you, the listener, today.
It just underscores that the investment in a great charger has to be paired with an investment in a great professional installation to get the full benefit.
Okay, let's wrap this all up.
To synthesize everything, choosing the right home EV charging station really involves weighing 5 essential factors.
Right.
You need that level 2 speed for convenience, you need the smart capabilities for cost control, dual logistics with the right cable length, and compatibility with the J1772 standard.
And you have to factor in that professional installation, which often includes a panel upgrade.
That's it.
So what does this all mean? It means a dedicated level 2 home charging station. When it's installed correctly and optimized with smart features, it just completely removes the headache.
No more worrying about public stations.
It removes range anxiety, it optimizes your budget, and it makes EV ownership what it's supposed to be: simple, reliable, and convenient.
And this leads us to a final provocative thought for you to consider.
Okay.
We focused a lot on how level 2 charging is vital, but since that installation often requires a full upgrade of the home's electrical capacity, replacing an old panel, what unexpected long-term energy-saving benefits might that required upgrade bring to the rest of your home?
Beyond just charging the car.
Beyond just charging the car. By modernizing your whole electrical service, you're basically setting the stage for all sorts of future energy-efficient technologies. You're improving overall safety, and you're potentially even increasing the resale value of your entire property.
Food for thought indeed. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into essential home EV charging features.
Thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time.